Alright friends, let's sing a song together. And it goes a little something like this. Patreon, Patreon, your time has finally come. Patreon, Patreon, your time to shine. I finally reached 1,000 friends. Let's have a party that never ends. I wanna give back to you all by offering more. Let's have a ball. Patreon, Patreon, the moment has finally come. Patreon, Patreon, you're all the best, yeah. It's time to do a Patreon.
We are monsters. We give and we take.
Hey Bookish Babes, if you don't know me, my name's Rainy. I would hope that you know me, but if you don't, let's fix that. I read fantasy romance books, all of the things, and this very exciting announcement video is to announce my Patreon! I'm so very excited. I am, first off, can't believe that I ever hit 1,000 people on here, and I decided that once I hit 1,000, that was going to be my goal, to start a Patreon. And I'm so very excited to say that I can. And in case anyone was wondering what the theme is, and you didn't get that that was the Smelly Cat song from Phoebe Buffay from Friends, and you didn't also get my wonderful Friends shirt for The Routine, and you didn't also know that I have a Friends themed trivia TBR game, then you might be under a rock, but my theme is Friends themed because I am absolutely obsessed with all of them. They are my favorite show, like my comfort show. I watch it all the time. I've probably watched the show at least like 15 times by this point, and I'm kind of obsessed, but you know what? That's okay. But we're gonna talk all about my Patreon. And I first want to say that I am so thankful to every person that has ever subscribed to me, liked a video, commented, collaborated with me. Like, you are all very special, and I still love you all regardless of whether you join the Patreon or not. But basically, I wanted to give back and provide more content for people that really do like what I'm about and think that I'm a hoot. I think I'm a hoot, but you know, maybe I'm not your cup of tea, but that's totally fine. It's for the people that are like, okay, I rock with you. I want to get more from you. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about my 4 different tiers that I have, and let me just tell you, the art that I got commissioned for these, they're very on point. And so we're going to talk about like what you can expect in each tier from like the lowest to the highest, and then just dive right into all things Patreon. So let's talk about the different tiers. So our first tier was inspired by the lovely Joey Tribbiani when there's an episode where he talks about Hugsy, his bedtime penguin pal. And I just was like, oh my gosh, this would be so cute to have as a tier. So if you are in the Hugsy tier, here's what you get. So for just $3 a month, you can get my undying love and gratitude, because I literally could not do this without you, and I wouldn't be doing this without all of you. You're supporting a small creator, which makes a world of difference. That'll allow me to not only buy different books to be able to use for vlogs, but also any cool video ideas that I have that would require like more, I guess, work on the back end. That'll be helpful for me. You get access to the Geller Yeller weekly newsletter. If you don't know what the Geller Yeller is, it's obviously from when Ross and Monica were little. Their family members had a newsletter that they would do to like share things. Yes, it's very nerdy, but you know what? In our Geller Yeller newsletter, you'll find out everything that's going on in Central Perk for the week. Everything that's going on in the Patreon. You'll also get Patreon shoutouts at the end of every video. Your name will be on the end screen of all of my videos. I will update that twice a month, so depending on when you join, or on the 15th or the 30th, I will update it, and then it'll be on the screen because I want to shout out my wonderful followers. You get patron feed access, you know, like updates, photo dumps, favorite quotes of the month, other random bonus thoughts of mine, you know, fun little stuff like that. You also will get what's on my playlist. So you will get a playlist monthly of music that I've been really jamming to and vibing to, because I've had 2 other Patreons do this, and I've been obsessed with it. I really like it. And then you get a formal invitation to Monica and Rachel's apartment, apartment 20, the Discord, so that you can go to an all general chat, and you can go to all tier events, like some watch parties that we have, or some bonus sprints that I do for the whole Discord. I want you to feel supported, and so I invite you to join apartment 20. That's our wonderful bottom tier for $3, Hugsy. Then we move up to the $5 range, and we go to the chick and the duck. If you don't know the chick and the duck, obviously, Joey ends up getting a chick, and he ends up getting a chick, and Chandler says that he has to return it. So Chandler goes to return it, and of course feels bad, can't return it, and also saves a duck because they were going to kill them. So he saves a duck and a chick, and they have eventually a rooster and a duck, and it's fabulous. So that is the next tier. I'm very much obsessed with it. So on top of all of the things that you get for Hugsy, additional tier perks that you will get is coffee break hangout sprints at Central Perk. So I will be hosting 2 weekend sprints a month. I can only commit to 2. I can't commit to weekly sprints at the moment just because my life is chaotic. I do have tiny babies, and so this is the best that I can do for now. There will usually be polls up at the end of the previous month in order for you to vote on the times and days. I do want to try to do like a morning sprint and an evening sprint in order to help friends in different time zones. So I'll do my best with that. You'll get voting power, so you will get opportunities to vote on my next read, give video ideas of mine, just different things like that. So you'll get a little bit more power over things that I do. You'll get a quarterly content planning hangout sessions. I absolutely love seeing those and going to those, so I want to do those myself. This is where I will share what content I have planned for the upcoming quarter or ask for suggestions from you. And I'm not going to lie, it is all variable to change because I am a mood reader by heart. And if I decide I don't want to read a book, I don't want to read a book. But you're going to at least see the plan, the layout, if you will. Then we also have the Be Your Own Windkeeper bi-monthly book club. Be Your Own Windkeeper is a book that the girls read in the show that basically tells them to stop letting men steal their wind. It's a very funny book. Apparently, it became a real book after this. But we're going to do a bi-monthly book club. I feel like doing monthly is just too much. So we need 2 months to read a book, okay? So every 2 months, we will vote on a book in the Discord that we want to read together. Discussions will be in the Discord, like chapter breakdowns and whatnot. Both selections will be either fantasy, romance, or romance. I'm not opposed to doing other selections. I guess it'll just have to be based off of what type of group we have in the Discord, ultimately. And then you will also receive access to spoiler-filled vlogs for the book club selection. So I'll share spoiler-filled vlogs for our bi-monthly book club so that if you did get to it and you want to hear my in-depth thoughts, you can get to it. And if you didn't read it, but you want to know my in-depth thoughts, you'll still receive that. You'll also get access to our Friends show watch along. So we are obviously going to do a watch along for the show Friends because it doesn't feel right not to do that, right? Where we start at season 1 and we go all the way through to season 10. It'll probably be weekly. We'll probably watch 2 to 4 episodes at a time just because they are 20-minute episodes, so they go by super fast. So we could maybe watch 3 and do 3 shows for like an hour. I don't know. We'll have to see. And then you also get access to the one with the readathon, which is a readathon based off of my very own TBR trivia game. And we will host this twice a year. I don't know exactly what month yet, and we're probably not going to do it this year. We'll start in the new year, 2025, but just know that that will be available to you. So if all of that sounds fabulous, then go join the Chick and the Duck tier. I tell you, you will not be disappointed. Then we bump up to the $7 tier, and this is my wonderful Smelly Cats. You smelly cats. You're so very smelly, but it's fine. So on top of all the things that you already get for Hugsy and you already get for the Chick and the Duck, you will also get discounts for merch. I do plan on creating merch. I'm actually working on some right now throughout the year, and you'll receive a 10% discount on merch, and you get early access along with some merch that'll only be for Patreons, and I won't share it out in the public space. You'll be able to submit 2 books for my Patreon jar. So in the Discord, there will be a Google form for you to submit 2 books for me to add to my TBR jar, and I will pull 1 book from it every single month to add to my TBR. So if there's a book that you've just been itching to get me to read, this is your time to shine. And then once I've selected one of your books, you can put another book back into the jar. And then you'll also receive access to monthly read-alongs. So not just the one with my readathon TBR where it's like 2 times a year. You'll get monthly readathons, and they'll range anywhere from a week-long readathon to 48 hours to weekend only. We're going to mix it up. The first one that we're doing is going to be a scavenger hunt type readathon. I'm very excited. It's going to be a 48-hour one, so that should be a fun time. I love a good little readathon. And so that's all that you get extra on top of the Smelly Cat tier. If that is you and you're living your best life there, then make sure to go. But then of course I needed to have something that is for like the people that are like, no. I want it all. Whatever you give me, I will take. And so for $10 we have my lobster tier. My lobsters. If you don't know the lore behind lobsters, Phoebe basically said that lobsters mate for life and that they take their little claws and they walk around the tank just like this, holding claws for all of eternity. You are the creme de la creme. You are my people that really get me. And so what you will get is you'll get planning assistance for monthly read-alongs. Oh my goodness. I will need help planning and coming up with ideas for some of the read-alongs. And then you'll also receive access to sneak peeks of upcoming read-alongs. You will get bonus content. You will receive 1 exclusive video per month. This video will not air anywhere else. It'll only be for my lobsters. And I might do more than 1 a month, but for now it's definitely 1, but you'll get just extra stuff. Maybe you'll get extra stuff in my videos. So like if I do a video and I cut out like 10 minutes, maybe I'll let that 10 minutes be a video for you so that you can have that extra content. I'll do 1 extra coffee break hangout reading sprint a month. So basically just an extra reading sprint, and that'll be during the week. So we'll figure out when. You get a clue, readathon planning, and sneak peek exclusive vlogs. So if you ever wanted to be a fly on the wall for my Get a Clue readathon, then this is the time to do it. So you'll get like a little bit of early notice, you'll get some fun stuff, you'll get extra exclusive vlogs behind the scenes of stuff that I'm doing that nobody else gets to know. That'll be accessible for you. You also get access to another book club, my series read along book club. So we will be voting on a series to read start to finish so that we can complete our series goals. And I'm not gonna lie, they're probably primarily gonna be fantasy romance because I have a crap ton of fantasy romance, but you know what? I will ask for series ideas and then we can vote on them in the Patreon. And then I also want to send you a personal thank you card. I want to thank you personally for supporting me on such a level, so expect a thank you card in the mail and maybe some additional extra goodies every so often around certain holidays and things, because you really are fabulous and I want to make sure that you know that. And so those are all of the tiers. So we have $3 for Hugsy, $5 for Chicken the Duck, $7 for Smelly Cats, and $10 for Lobsters. I appreciate each and every one of you that joins into the Patreon, and I especially appreciate my friends that have already joined because I sent them the link to see if it was working and then they sneakily signed up. So Kelsey and Brittany, I see you. But anyway, I love you all. I'm so very thankful whether you join this Patreon, whether you don't. I'm just thankful to get to know you and to continue to get to do what I'm doing on BookTube. I seriously am very happy here. I'm so glad that I started my channel. I'm so glad that I'm reading all these books. I'm so glad that I'm having the best time ever, and I love each and every one of you, and I will see you in the Patreon. Bye.